What's up, everybody? Zariel here for another me battling with Sega update. Now, I want you to take a good look at what's being shown right now because I just found this out right now. Now, as you can see, it says, "Sorry, your account has been suspended." Now, obviously, I took my email and my password out of the boxes, so people won't be sending me stuff because I don't want you to see that. But as you can see right here, it says, "Sorry, your account has been suspended." Now, why is this a problem for the people that just may be watching this for the first time? I want to show you some pictures. Um, Back in like pretty much around late January of this year, I was doing a playthrough of a video game called Binary Domain made by Sega, and everything was going fine for the first 39 videos, but when part 40 got uploaded, it instantaneously got blocked, and I got a copyright strike for that. And since February 1st, I have been uh, trying to work with Sega, going back and forth with them, on their customer service, you know, team, or with their customer service team, trying to go back and forth to get this issue resolved and get this copyright strike removed from my channel. Because I do feel it was removed, saying like by mistake. And I've tried every means to get to them. Just to show you, as you can see, since February 3rd, I've been sending their community team, which customer support had referred me to get this issue resolved, because they said that they would look into it. Like, I'm not going to show you the actual emails, but as you can see here, um, yeah, it's pretty much, you know, me contacting them over and over again, and they have not even as much as responded to any emails. Now I'm talking about Sega community team. Customer support, they got back and forth, but they did as much as they could, and they always kept telling me to, you know, send the emails to the community team, and I never received anything back from them. Now, this last email that I sent to them before, I believe that this is the one I clicked on. Yeah, right here. The last one I had sent to them basically is just saying, well, you guys can see it right here, you know, and I had never received any reply back from their community team. So it's been a struggle because here's the thing. I know that the video, just like every other video in the playthrough, in every other video that I do these, in any video that goes for any video that I do these days, it is used within the rights of fair use, meaning that it has, my commentary, my criticism, and it is also to a lesser extent a uh, teaching tool. Three main factors that are stated in fair use doctrine when it comes to copyright law, in order to make the work transformative, and you can pretty much make it your own. And since I was sent this copyright strike, I've been trying to work with Sega customer support and a community team. Got little to no help with it, and it's really just at that point, like, what the fuck do I do now? Now, Sega, I mean, YouTube does allow me to submit a counter notification to, you know, um, get this issue resolved. The problem is with the counter notification is that I'm pretty much at risk for being sued. Now this comes into like a number of factors come into play if I do this. One, they could just decide that, oh well, just like what they've done with the emails. Oh well, even though it's my or our fault that you got the the copyright strike, and it was done in a mistake. we're still not going to do anything about it, because YouTube also allows them to send a. I mean, YouTube also allows the sender of the copyright claim to retract the uh, copyright strike and restore the video to YouTube to be viewed, but at what risk do I have to do that? It's like this is just a case of like the big company not giving a fuck, you know, because for them to suspend my account when all I tried to do was get help from them regarding this issue, when you kept giving me a dead email to a community team that hasn't done squat, you know, since I've emailed them back in February 3rd, you know, not one response from them, which I've stated in this email, which makes me question whether or not they exist or not, you know, because literally, when I've been trying to work with you since February 3rd, it's March 19th right now. As of today, it's March 19th. Still haven't gotten one response from the community team. Now, of course, there's factors coming in like, oh, well, maybe they're busy with other things, or maybe they're busy with this, that, and the third. Well, let's look at the time frame here. This is literally like a full month's time in some weeks, you know, since I've been sending them, or since I sent them the first email. If this was anything serious to them, or if they actually cared about responding and handling an issue involving something that can land both parties in the court, which I've said on numerous occasions in my emails, it's minor and unnecessary because it's really not needed. A mistake was made, you have to correct it. I shouldn't have to submit a counter notification and risk being sued in order for you to see that this is you know, a mistake on your part. I still have the video on or in right here on my laptop, so I'm not gonna play it because they probably just flagged this video too. But it has my commentary, my teaching, etc., in it, and you could clearly see that it's a transformative work. It shouldn't have gotten a copyright strike. Now, somebody at their customer support, I'm not going to say their name, um, told me that sometimes YouTube, flags the videos without their consent. So YouTube just acts this way on their own. And again, if that's the case, how come you couldn't work with me? I've tried every means to contact you: phone, you, you, phone, email, Twitter, Facebook. I even made a video on YouTube just to get your attention. And then, you know, when I try to get help with this situation and this issue regarding this copyright strike, saying like this is what happens. I didn't write anything quote unquote foul. I didn't write anything, like I wasn't using vulgarity. I wasn't, you know, like pretty much there's no reason why my Sega of America customer service account should have been suspended. So really, what type of message are you sending, Sega? You know, if you make a mistake that you're not going to help, and if you try to get help, then then so like we'll suspend your account. You know, like like it's like I would submit. Like I don't know. Like I'm really at a loss for words right now. Because I don't know what to do other than submit the counter notification. Um, which, by the way, I pretty much already done. Like I already did it. It's just that I didn't know. It's really just to the fact that it shouldn't have come to that. You know, you're grown men. You're grown men and women working at a company, regardless of what company it is. You're working at a company. I'm a grown man. We could have came together and we could have worked this out, like adults, instead of you doing this. And you keep referring me to a community team that does not respond to anything. I mean, I understand that the community team may be too busy to respond, but after a month's worth of time, since I've been sending this since February 3rd, since I've been sending emails to them, you would think that I would have gotten something, an automatic message or some type of reply to let me know, hey, we got your email, we're going to look into this to you, or at least tell me, sorry, there's nothing that we can do for you. Give me something, give me some type of response. And my hands are in the air at the moment. Like, what can I do? What exactly can I do? Like I'm just an average Joe gamer on YouTube who's having fun playing this, playing games and doing playthroughs to many extents are teaching tools. I put my commentary in it, I put my criticism in it, following fair use doctrine in copyright law, making the work transformative. It shouldn't be eligible for copyright strikes. And you know, since February 3rd, I've tried to work with Sega constantly and reasonably submitting, you know, emails. Matter of fact, let's look at this and check the time frame between the videos, between the emails I sent them. Now this is community team. I'm not going to count community. Well, yeah, let's look at community team. Versus February 3rd, February 4th, February 5th. Uh, let's see, February 7th. Go up right here. February 22nd. So like it's pretty much within a reasonable time frame overall. The emails that I should have received between them. Now if I sent one like the very next day, it's because the person really didn't help me and I just didn't, like waiting because I've been trying to get this issue resolved for a while. And it's just mind-boggling to me how they don't care. I mean, you, like you claim that YouTube did this on their own. Okay, bet. How come you didn't take up responsibility and say, okay, well, since YouTube did this on their own, we're going to send a retraction statement to them to get that, you know, removed because we didn't send this. Like we didn't tell them to send this. Instead, saying like this is what you do. So I'm looking for a lawyer. I was talking to a few, but I need me a lawyer. I need a lawyer. Because if I'm going to submit this counter notification, if they're going to be, you know, this arrogant and this negligent to the point where they're willing to do this and just ignore the fact that, that a mistake was made on their behalf, then it's no telling that, when or if the a counter notification that I submitted is going to get reinstated or not, and then I would have to get sued. So I need a lawyer that's good at intellectual properties, or that's good with intellectual properties and fair use doctrine. Dude, I need a fucking lawyer. You know, and then that's a new can of worms right there, because we could end up getting a judge that doesn't understand anything about today's internet business model and just so biased, like towards the, or really just biased for the big companies, which in this case would be Sega, and be like, oh well, it's Sega's property, yada yada yada, so I'm just ruling their favor. Or we could end up with a judge that looks at it open-minded and see that, okay, and look at both sides and see, okay, well, the video was using fair use doctrine, and you know, it's really a 50-50 chance that it shouldn't have to go to, but apparently this is what could happen. And if that's the case, I could end up losing my YouTube channel account. Um, since I've been working on it since 2006, trying to turn this hobby into a full-time occupation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to lose my channel over some mistake that they refuse to acknowledge. You know, so who knows? Like the days of this may be numbered. You know, like the days of ADSPLAY 101, Yu-Gi-Oh 101 may be numbered now because of this. Because like I said, I have lucrative opportunities that are lined up that will not be available to me anymore. Because those people aren't going to wait, and those companies aren't going to wait. 6 months time for me to, let me see that. That's going to be around July or August. You know, when the copyright strike automatically gets cleared up. Those people aren't going to wait that long. You know, or at least I don't think they will. Like this is just stupidity on the company's part. And by the way, there's no, say like policies that can be read on the Sega customer service website as to what guidelines to follow when you're submitting a customer, service request. So I don't know if there's like a certain number that you can send in a certain amount of time before they suspend your account. I wouldn't know that because it's not on here. You know. So I would make another account, but they'll probably just end up suspending that one too. You know what I mean? And it'll just be a waste of time. So I'm not even gonna bother. But I've had emails, phone calls, Twitter mentions, Facebook mentions, videos now trying to get your attention to try to retract this statement. Not trying to bully you into doing it, but to see that, but to show you that you made a mistake. And if it was YouTube's fault, you can still, you have the authority to send a retraction statement to YouTube in order for them to take the copyright strike off of my channel, or off anybody's channel for that matter. If a mistake was made on your behalf, then you have to correct it. You have to take the stand and say, hey, we didn't send this, so, you know, like remove this copyright strike off this individual's channel because we didn't send it. You sent it on our behalf, but we didn't tell you to send it. You know what I mean? So it's really just a toss up at this point. Like I'm just mind boggled. Like my power just came back on. I'm behind on assignments for school. I'm just trying to jumble everything up all together and trying to make a dream of mine work, you know. So as of right now, because of this, or until this get cleared up, please don't ask me to play any more Sega games. Any games made by Sega, I don't want to hear, you know, any requests for them, because if this how they act when they make a mistake, you know, who's to say that they won't do this with another game? I'm not about to play a game from Sega when the content gets blocked. I get a copyright strike and they don't recognize it. That it was a mistake on their behalf. I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. I submitted the counter. Like I sent the emails. I sent the requests. I sent the Twitter mentions. I sent Facebook mentions. I even made videos taking it a step further that I shouldn't have to go, or anybody shouldn't have to go, to get a response from you. And when somebody's reaching out for help, this is what you do. You suspend their accounts. Alright, bet. So I can't get your help, again, don't ask people on this that view my content, don't ask me to play any Sega games. just please don't, or at least until this gets cleared up. You know, don't ask me to, or if this gets cleared up, don't ask me to play any Sega games. Like whatever they're doing with, Sonic Boom or whatever the hell they got announced. I don't care. Since this how they want to act, you know, you know, like I'm doing my best trying not to curse. Like I'm trying to be civil here, but obviously you can hear that I'm ticked off to some extent. You know, an entire month, and I got little to nothing. So really, what the hell am I supposed to do? That's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to update you guys as to what was happening with this. Like I know some people were concerned about it, and yeah, this is what's happening, man. Woohoo, go Sega. We will make a mistake, and we will not correct it. That really should be the new motto for Sega. We will flag your video, send you a copyright strike, and we will not retract it, even if it is used within fair use doctrine. Again, I still have the video on my laptop, so it's not like, I'm not able to send it to them to show them. Not to mention that they can just restore the video or have YouTube send them a copy of it so that they can see it for themselves. Like it's just a bunch of nonsense. So that's it, man. I'm Azariel. Peace and take care.